Here's one from Michael. Has he ever heard of a metronome so he could maybe learn some timing?
I think you need to tense your fingers more. I learned that the hard way. That is something colleges really look for, is tension. So I figure that if you tense up more, then they'll notice you more. And I think that's why I got to study at the University of Antarctica for a whole 72 years. Wow. They wouldn't allow me to work so long on my degree if they didn't think I had potential. Life lessons from a viola expert. Please read. Well, I did read, and thank you. Thank you, aspiring musician 08.
John the Modeler says, beautiful, but keep that bow over the F holes. It keeps sliding towards the fingerboard, mostly on the downstroke, and you are losing tone and amplitude. Considering how well you play, this one thing is causing certain notes of this masterpiece to be not sustained or amplified correctly. Wow. This is a technical issue that you can easily overcome with a little effort, playing at the level you are playing at. You should be able to correct it rather quickly. I do play violin, but I mostly rebuild to restore them. Habits can become ingrained. Break this and keep that bow where it should be for the parts of the song that dictate its positioning. Your violin rings a bit hollow. Get one with some more depth to it if you can. They aren't all the same. You, at least two people with you, when you buy a violin, as you cannot hear the sound wave mature at a distance. I have this piece in my collection. You guys really pulled it off. The harpist is superb. Thumbs up from me. Doesn't make any sense. But, thanks to YK Chan, I think she did it with intention. Bow positions between the bridge and fingerboard affects the intonation, and it demands high level of skill to do it accurately. Booyah.
Why are they promoting They Being Violin channel? These kind of young musicians with zero personality who play like they are killing a cat. Someone has to explain to me this tendency.
Alright, here's the longest thread I've ever seen on a performance of mine. Fib Cernum 30 says, very capable players. I would like to hear the staccato marking on the downbeat of the first measure of the opening motive played more distinctly, more space and a slight emphasis, as it occurs through the first movement. I believe this would give a lighter, subtly lilting quality to the theme, which the marking seems to suggest. A slight lift before the second longer note to bring out the agogic accent, short-long, would give more feeling of syncopation and subtle dance-like sense of motion. Replying, Colin McDermott says, I absolutely agree, 100%. Those exact two thoughts ran through my mind as well. I'm currently working on the piece, Pianist, and it is simply sublime. Quite the spiritual experience to play. Sam333 says, Colin McDermott, yes, the motif was slightly agogically incorrect. I played this piano part and I had a good time knobbing the women after. Oh no! Anthony Cook responding to these guys says, talk about sanctimonious. The way artists decide upon their own particular interpretive approaches has nothing to do with what you would like to hear. That is why there are many different performers with many different ideas. If you don't like what you hear, listen to another group more in line with your presumptions. The problem with being a performer is having to suffer such pot shots from the peanut gallery. I'd like to hear you play this notoriously tricky piece, instead of reading pontifications from your ivory tower. Colin McDermott replying to Anthony Cook, you clearly aren't a musician. If you paid attention, you'd see that both of us have performed it, which is why we know the articulation markings. Being a classical pianist means you are open to criticism from those that are of the same ilk. Just because your ego flared up at someone critiquing another's performance doesn't invalidate what we said. Smiley. Sorry you got so triggered. Ooh. Thank you guys for the engagement. That definitely ups my YouTube ratings.
This isn't really a mean comment. I just thought it was special. This one comes from Cringe Over 9000 Productions. After being in a middle school band, that clean trumpet sound is so orgasmic, it's better than any porn I would ever find on Pornhub. Thank you, Cringe Over 9000.
Do the facial expressions always have to be so orgasmic? Yeah. Yeah, they do.
This is from a video with the trio where the two other members are women. And Sam333 says, which I like to read in a British accent. Pianist knobbed them after Lucky Sword. I don't know if that's a mean comment, but that's my favorite comment on any YouTube video ever. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Why did this pop up on my recommended? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm not sure, but I'm glad it did.